Okay guys, there's something I need to bring up with you, and it has something to do with my past. The truth of the matter is that I'm a sim racer. I, myself, have been a sim racer for a very long time. About 15 years or so, in fact. I mean, I could go back even further because I used to watch Formula 1 back in 1998. That was a lot of fun. And I always really loved watching the Grand Prix every time it would come on TV, on ITV, then BBC, then Channel 4 and all that stuff. But my real enthusiasm for sim racing was in the virtual world. I played a game called Jeff Cramman's Grand Prix 3, and that really struck a chord with me. And I played Grand Prix 2 as well. I think I remember way back, probably before I even knew what it was. I remember playing it on an old PC. But that and Grand Prix 4, its sequel, I really loved because it may have been difficult, but it was possible to modify it to have your own textures, change the models in some way. Yeah, it was really customizable, but you had to really kind of poke around in it. But I remember being on a league called GPVWC and then F1VWC. I had my own team, simracing Racing. I had drivers from like UK and Spain. We had our own team, simracing Racing. That was a lot of fun managing a team in that sense. Using offline things, so you upload stuff and just get it checked, and then it would all be published. So you never knew who won. You just knew that you uploaded it and just see what would happen. That was really, really intense. But things got even more interesting with a game called Live for Speed. And that was my first foray into online real-time racing. And that was a bit of an eye-opener. But that in of itself, I was part of teams. One really notable one was called Team Synchro Racing, TSR. We got this close to actually having a proper sponsor back in 2006. And this was really, really a big deal. This was like before esports were even a thing. Doing online racing with proper companies and having them as sponsors. So we were really ahead of the curve in that sense. But then, if you remember the year 2006, a little thing called a bridging happened, and that sort of took my efforts away. I remember that year being very choppy because I had university, then Naruto Abridged was a thing, and that kind of took my attention away. And for a long time, I really did not do sim racing at all. I played loads of stuff online, just for casual times. I liked racing games like Grid, Codemasters, anything they would put out. Gran Turismo, that kind of stuff. When I finally had a PS3, I remember buying Gran Turismo 5 and playing it for quite a bit of time. I even have a copy of GT Sport. I've never really played it that much because I only have a controller for it. I really need to kind of get like a proper wheel for the PS4 version. But yeah, now the PS5's almost coming along. I don't even know I'll even get that, but that's for another video. But the point of today's video is to explain to you why I'm putting content related to sim racing on here. Well, I do follow a channel called Jimmy Broadbent, and Jimmer, I really do like his stuff, and I just think he's a really nice guy, very down to earth, very humble, and I really want to kind of do more stuff around that. So this second channel will not just have the regular shed talks and all that kind of stuff. There's a couple of stuff that will be coming very soon that you'll actually really like as well as actually a brand new desk here. So something that doesn't look out of place inside a hipster cafe. This is a little sneak peek. I'll be doing a proper studio tour for 2020, and you'll get to see more of it in detail. But for now, this kind of thing here. Oh, and by the way, this guy who makes it, Shumi Skins, really, really good. What am I going to be doing on this channel with sim racing content? Well, I'll be pretty much uploading stuff that I race in. I play a game called Assetto Corsa Competizione right now. I did dabble in iRacing, but unfortunately, with my internet connection and the router that I have, it really boots me out. I can't really be on a race server for long before it just says, oh, the quality of your server and your internet connection's not good enough. So yeah, iRacing, that was pretty much it. I did dabble in rFactor 2 a little bit, and I really should get back into it, but the user interface is not the friendliest out there, I will admit. And honestly, I really like just focusing on one sim racer at a time to really kind of get to know it. And Assetto Corsa Competizione is that one. And I remember it not being really feature-rich at the beginning, but now it looks really, really involved. I drove a McLaren 720S GT3 for the longest time, getting to grips with it. And that was no pun intended, by the way. I used to just only ride single-seaters, and that's all very well and good, but I never really got the hang of GT3 cars. I mean, I dabbled in a little bit in Project Cars too, I will say that, but it never really gripped me. I always just thought, they're a bit too cumbersome for my liking. But this game has opened my eyes to how much GT3 Racing is so much fun. And it actually made me understand, so that's why on Project Cars 2 there are only GT3 servers. That's the only car that exists. I mean, this game pretty much is that, really. But yeah, so I now race in competitive leagues, and I do stream it on my Twitch, but do let me know in the poll up top whether you'd be interested for me to stream it here instead. Let me know whether you'd be doing that, or you can be just fine with just watching it on Twitch. Sim racing has been really in my blood for the longest time, and you'll expect to see more of this kind of content here. And as you just saw right here, I've given into the world of Fanatec, and I really wanted to take this seriously. But this wasn't the first wheel I've ever had. I had things like the Logitech Momo, then the G29, and I had that pretty much until like 2 months ago. Then I went the Fanatec route because I was thinking, you know what, if we're going to be in this kind of situation, I really want to get back into sim racing. So I took it seriously here. So I have this one. I had the Club Sport 2.5 wheel as well. The best thing about this is that proper like interlocking things. Flappy paddles. It's like, ooh, this is so nice to have. It's not ideal for GT cars, but you know what? It's just really, really good. I'll go into detail maybe in another video, like the inner workings of this, but yeah. This is just kind of like an introduction video to say, expect more GT and sim racing content on this channel, and probably some live streams as well. So you get to follow me along and watch me race in 21:9 aspect ratio, probably. Let me know down in the comments if you're excited to see more of this, and I will get to actually making more content for this channel, you know, the shed talks, some more in-depth videos and stuff like that. So expect more of that now, because, you know, I'll have stuff to talk about, certainly. But anyway, hope you guys are doing really well, and I shall see you all on the main channel, obviously. And if you're interested, I did upload a little vlog about my wedding with Philly, and you can check that out up top here as well. And there is a second part to that with the honeymoon stuff, what we did there. Well, technically it's a mini moon. We were meant to be going to New Zealand next year. Well, actually this year, but you know, things change. But we do have plans for that, certainly. And more plans coming up probably in the next few weeks. You'll see something more of that. And you can also check out Philly's channel. So Philly does have a channel up there that does stuff about the garden. So, because usually here you just see stuff confined to this office, the shed over there, maybe sometimes a fireplace with crazy paving for the bingo tournament thing. Once again, hope you guys are doing really well, and I really look forward to showing you one of my absolute passions that I really love. I love motorsport and I love cars. And it's something I never really shared before, and I never really thought that I had the place to actually share it with, you know, because anime, Dragon Ball, I love that stuff, but you know, it's actually really nice to share another thing with you guys out there. So I'm really looking forward to that aspect and really get into driving at my utmost limit, sharing the highs, sharing the lows, all that stuff. It's really, really exciting, and I can't wait to share it all with you. And I hope that you're open to the idea of it. And yeah, so that's it for now, and I hope to see you guys out on the track or in the comments below. So take care, guys. And once again, and something I've not really said in a while, one is glad to be of service.